While big box vacancy remains in the minds of many at the ICSC convention in Las Vegas, many retail owners believe oversized spaces can mean opportunity if they can think outside the traditional leasing box.
Well, I think it begins with what the anchors and owners believe a mall is, and I think that's starting to transition. Traditionally, for instance, if you asked an anchor whether it'd be okay to put a grocery store, put in a Target, put in an athletic facility, put in a church. 20 years ago, that would have been a non-starter. You're starting to see now that because each one of those brings a new population to the mall, that you're seeing a softening of that.
Beyond malls, strip and neighborhood centers are now finally starting to see a turnaround with lower vacancies and rents inching upward.
The key is location always. When you have a property that's well located, tenants come and they go over time. And we've been very fortunate that we've been backfilling our large box spaces with many smaller tenants. We've seen a downsize in overall square footage, but at the same time, we're seeing strong tenants such as Ross and TJ Maxx and Kohl's and H.H. Gregg that are expanding, and they're taking some of the vacancies that were left through the last recession.
During the recession, we really saw renewals and terms go to 1 year. We were doing a lot of 1 year renewals. We're seeing those extend. We're starting to see longer terms on new deals as well. So yeah, they're getting longer.
To ride the waves in the retail market, flexibility and modularity is key. Shopping center owners and retailers here at ICSC are finding creativity, and a commitment to finding the highest and best use of their space availability is the prescription for success.
We are starting to see a little bit of movement from tenants that are traditionally strip center tenants that are considering coming into a mall if they can get the exposure and the location that they like.
We have seen a few new tenants, especially because we're seeing consumers are going more for the experience. So unlike the traditional shops, we're seeing unique concepts such as Magic Quest, where it's more of a concept for kids, and we're seeing iFly, which is indoor skydiving. These are all very strange concepts. We don't know obviously how they'll do in the next 10 or 20 years, but we're seeing old retail being repositioned in those ways because of the experience that consumers are essentially looking for.
We do know that we need to do something to bring people every day to the mall. We're not going to survive on the once a week, once a month visit for, hoping that girls 18 to 35 show up and buy. We need to appeal to a much larger audience, and that's kind of the game.